Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Greetings, universe! My name is Orbital Bacon, and I am certified G1 and a real freaking prime. Chester Stevens getting us mesmerized already. Let's go!
I eat when I get hungry, and drink when I get dry. If the life I live don't kill me, then I guess I'll never die. I make my own corn whiskey, roll my own smoke too. If I drink and smoke till I can't stand up, it makes no difference to you.
Thank you, Chester Stevens. Big dono right out of the gate.
Magnificent.
Look at the size of that thing.
Friday the 13th EEEEE feels weird. Man failed attempt at wrangling.
Oh no!
It's easy when they try to wrangle you. EEEEEE feels good, man.
Maloon with a couple of donos right away. Painting and rambling too. Let's go. Hell yeah.
Advice from a wrangling insider: after you've caught her and tied her, the very next stage, put her in wife cage, but first you clean out all the spiders.
Very nice lyrical super chats. Chester Stevens had a lyrical super chat, and then painting and rambling with a lyrical advice right there, you know, Valentine's Day tomorrow. So yeah, we need some of that wrangling advice. Those were good tips. Those were good tips. And then thank you, Maloon, for 2 donos back to back. One of those, look at the size of that thing, the size of that dono. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. Welcome to another live stream. It's Friday, the end of the week. That means if you're here, you are indeed made of sterner stuff. Wooga wooga and booga booga, bim bams and flum bums. Oh, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Sterner Stuff. Although this one, I see Imputi in the chat, we might call it smoochy stuff. Oh man, I know. Were you expecting that to be the actual title? I was going to change Sterner Stuff forever to be smoochy stuff. That was a meme from Johnny Quest we've been watching recently.
This is the place. Time to kick back and relax.
Elmo ain't got it's on my EE game.
Let's go. Thank you, Wolverine, for the E elongated E. You had Kitty like stuttering there. Not only did he robot a couple of times, he was kind of stuttering over some of those E's. Let's go.
Magnificent.
Look at the size of that thing.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Rebecca Black feels good, man. Wowie.
Gang fight, the gang is all here. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Maloon. Look at the size of that thing. Look at the size of that dono right there. Appreciate it so much. We got an E elongated E from Shantae and Wolverine making his claim. He's making his claim right there. He's like, hey, I am the king of the E elongated E. You do manage to get Kitty to like just completely zook out. More than anybody. I don't know how you do it. You get Kitty zooking out the best, man. Thank you so much. Wow, massive support right out the gate. Well, hopefully you guys are doing well. It seems like you are anyway. So, let's go ahead and get the stream started here. We are setting sail, cruising right on into the weekend. It's Friday night. The weekend has officially begun, and you know what that means. It's time to kick back and relax with the Baconeers and Baconettes, the Bim Bams and the Flum Bums, otherwise known as the best community on YouTube. We're going to be wrangling some waifus here in the Waifu Roundup, A-logging some cartoons as we go over the latest memes for these decades-old cartoons, and otherwise just having a good time. This is the best way that I can think of to kick off every weekend, man. We always have a good time. You guys are already cracking me up just with the super chats alone. So looking forward to it. We got a good show for you guys tonight. We got the Nostalgia Spotlight. Little bit of a smaller segment for the Nostalgia Spotlight, but still a pretty fun one.
Here's my ticket for the BOOGA train. And one of these days, Kitty is going to kidney punch more than a few of us for all those E's. I hope you guys know that.
Nah, Kitty loves it.
ZOOK.
Thank you, Painting and Rambling, for the elongated zook right there. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, man. I feel like tonight's going to be a fun show. I know it's Friday the 13th. I wonder if it's like a full moon or something. I don't know. But we're going to have a fun show tonight. We got all the usual segments. Saturday morning preview going over volume 140. We're just 10 away, guys. Holy shit, we're really closing in now. Just 10 away from the big 150. That's 3 years.
Ghost Rider in the sky, keep the stream rolling. Through the neon clouds hear the chat bells tolling apostrophe dot pixel dust flying and the hearts beat in time. I'm wrangling waifus, Valentine on my mind.
Thank you, Wiz, with the KOKs out with the lyrical super chat right there. I don't know why Kitty decided to read some of the punctuation too. He might already be zooking out from all those elongated E's. Yeah, he's already zooking out. But thank you so much, Wiz. Appreciate you. So we've got both members of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition making their presence known. We might have a bit of a battle for Stream Boss once again. I don't know, because Maloon is currently the Stream Boss, right? It started out Chester Stevens. Now it's currently Maloon, but now Wiz is here, so you never know. You never know. You gotta keep your head on a swivel. One good super kick from Vince, and it's all over. So thank you guys so much, man. Really appreciate the big support right out of the gate. So yeah, closing in on 150. That's going to be the big 3-year celebration, as well as, 150 is a pretty good milestone in and of itself. But that also means 3 years of Saturday morning cartoons coming up.
What do we say when we see a waifu? We say waifu detected. What do we say when we save a waifu? We say waifu secured. We wrangle, we tangle. Each waifu love to snuggle. Got a post wrangling 'em all. We're the Baconeers.
That's right, T-Bone. Thank you, T-Bone, the bard right there. Thank you so much, man. Ticket to ride on the BOOGA train. Let's go. Let's go. So yeah, we've got the Saturday morning preview for volume 140. We've got the nostalgia spotlight. Like I said, a bit of a smaller segment than some of the previous ones have been, but it'll still be a fun one. It's pretty interesting. I was thinking of something else, and then when I saw this, we'll get there. You guys will definitely know what I'm talking about when we get there. When I saw it, I'm like, okay, no, this kind of needs the spotlight for this week. We can do the other idea next time. And then of course we'll have everybody's favorite segment of the week, the waifu roundup. And it looks like we're off to a really good start. So might have a lot of waifus that need wrangling and tangling. Okay, they're gonna need a good home, so get them in your stable. That means you need to have your wrangle devices tuned up in tip-top condition. Okay, if you're going old school with the lasso, maybe a little sci-fi edge with a wrist-mounted grappling hook or a net-launching tank, or maybe you're getting real fancy and you've got a magical wrangle spell, or the newest one.
First detect, then wrangle.
That's right. There's an order to these things, Painting and Rambling, and there it is. Cake detected. Always fails. That's what we like, though. Normally you don't want to fail, but the stealth check, that's the one thing you always want the waifus to fail. So once again, Yuri, she tried. She always tries her best, but in the end, the cake is always detected. Thank you, Painting and Rambling. There's a new wrangle method, or at least I don't know how, if we've never ever seen it before, but it really got a focus last week with the wrangle critters. That's something we got to look out for. And it's not, sometimes the critter's the one doing the wrangling, but I'm talking about.
What do we shout when we see waifu driver? We shout out J-Law. What are the words we love to hear? We love our J-Law. We love yams, we love cake. We love the hint of meat pie. The bacon spirit rests here. We're the Baconeers.
Let's go, thank you.
This is the chief. Right, got it.
A true pimp only needs his hands to keeps the waifus in line. Also yams out for the chief.
Chester Stevens.
I finally get a few days off, but when I come back, this happens. Oh, great. Shaboxa, you liar.
Did someone say cake?
Yes, somebody did. Many people did. It has been detected, more than detected. Is there ever such a thing as too much? I don't know. But Chester Stevens, thank you, man. Taking back over Stream Boss. And then Whis coming in with a big dono, too. My goodness, the Cheddar Swiss Coalition. Let's go. Chester Stevens out here talking about the pimp's prayer. All right, let's go. Man, you guys are cracking me up. So we're gonna have fun tonight. It's gonna be a fun show. All right, we're gonna get into all the stuff. Like I was saying, the waifu roundup seems like we're gonna have quite a few waifus to wrangle. Some really good contributions from the artists this week, Master Krakken and Odacat. You guys are gonna love it. Little bit of a theme too. Little bit of like the first two are from a show that aired last week. And then all the rest of them after that, it's basically the Valentine's theme, but not what you might expect. Not what you might expect, you know, but definitely a theme to it. So we're going to have fun with that. But how are you guys doing, though? Are you guys doing well? Everybody in good spirits tonight? Did you have a good week? Hopefully you did. If you didn't, well, the week is over now. It's time for the weekend, so can't hurt you anymore. So let's enjoy it. All right, let's get on board the Gyat Yacht. Let's sail. Let's cruise right on into the weekend. Let's go. But let's say hi to the folks in the chat. Looks like we got a good crew here already. Be sure to like up the stream if you're ready to get into the madness tonight. And if you want me to say hello, most of you already know. But if you're new, I'll tell you what to do right after this from Painting and Rambling.
She's called the Gyat Fairy because she puts the icing on the cake.
Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good, man. I'll give you that. That was pretty good. Thank you, Painting and Rambling. All right, so if you guys want to shout out, all you got to do is just put that bacon in the sky. Send it way up high, all the way up into orbit. Look at it flying up there in the chat, man. It's going all the way up. The sky is full of bacon tonight. It's good. It's a clear night, at least where I am. Hopefully the weather's nice where you are. But it's a nice, clear night. I can see all that bacon flying up there. Let's see who we got in here. I see tomatoes, killer tomatoes. What's going on?
A few days off, but when I come back, this happens. Oh, great. Shaboxa, you liar.
Girl got a oily butt.
Well, okay. I saw somebody ask, why is it so shiny? And I guess that's Bloodworks' answer to that. But she had to be able to squeeze in there, okay? They didn't make the hatch to get into the giant robot big enough. So, you know, she needed to be able to, you know, slip on through, okay? It makes sense. There's a reason. There's a reason. But thank you, Bloodwork, for the big dono right there. Appreciate you, man. But we got tomatoes, killer tomatoes. We got James Blinzler. What's going on? 40K cake. Yeah, man, it's up there. Loki Thorson's giving us a visit from the Gyat Fairy. Let's go.
An old baconeer went riding out one channel surfing day. Upon a bordello he rested, as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-haired waifus he saw, wrangling through the BOOGA train, and straight into the offices of J-Law.
That was actually really well done. Kitty even read it with like the rhythm, you know? That was really good. That was really good. I like the mention of red hair waifus too. Redhead supremacy. So I'll mention there too of the redheaded waifus. That's a bacon stamp of approval right there. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Let's see. We got Hellspawn Leviathan. What's going on? Ron McChaos is here. Says he's doing A-OK. Glad to hear it. Michael Russum. Hey, old brother. What's going on, man? We got Gabriel Villegas in here. Imputi. Hey, Sushi. And the smoochy stuff. I didn't think that Johnny Quest meme was going to have such staying power, but it's cracking me up nonetheless. We got Gojira in here, aka Philip Fabian. What's going on, man? There's T-Bone Tony. T-Bone the Bard. What's up, man? Wolfpack Gaming is here. Waste of Space, aka Cheetos, aka the #1 troll. Yeah, buddy. I need to put that as an actual hotkey so I don't have to look for it every time. But that's, we got to keep the memory alive with the, yeah, buddy. Thank you, Waste of Space. Spyro Man is here. We've got Bloodwork for crying in the mud, Bobby. Everybody run. It's blood work. We got Blazing Vulpix. Glad to have made it on time. Glad you could make it as well. Retro Ryu is here. What's going on, man? Let's see. We've got Kakarot. We've got Duo Maxwell. Taverns Pole. Hail, brother. Oh, slash with the bacon there. We've got Isaac Nieder. Says boxes of chocolate are my wrangling device of choice tonight. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Although there's a little bit more to it. We're going to see some of that when we get into the Saturday morning preview and go over some of these memes I cooked up. Sometimes bringing candy and flowers isn't enough. There's a little more to it. Let's see. We got Maloon. What's going on, Maloon? Tip of the fedora to Maloon. Cyber Changeling is in here. We got Book Golem. What's going on? There's Botwa and Clover. Daharka88. Hail, brother. What's up? We got Lone Wolf in here. Good to see you. Let's see. Scroll. Look at all this bacon. That's a lot of bacon to scroll through. I love it. I love to see it. Let's see. Evil Lord Darkfire. Hell yeah. Love that name. We got Prince of the Abyss says Valentine's Day is a scam. They just want you to buy greeting cards and candy and flowers. It's all a scam. It's fake. It's a psyop. Valentine's Day is a psyop. Neo 007 is here. We got Wolverine. Good to see you. Kyle Conklin is here. Owl Slayer. What's up? There's Ambient Expanse. Whis. Or is he? I think it is, because you already made your presence known along with your tag team partner, who just happens to be the next person on the list, Chester Stevens, the other half of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition. That's right, the tag team champions trying to hold on to that Stream Boss title tonight. Let's go. Loki Thorson is here. We got Robert Benson. He says, with waifus, there is no such thing as too much. Exactly, man. It's kind of like, in Conan, like what is best in life, what is the actual answer? The riddle of steel, the riddle of waifus. All right. No Name OVA. What's going on, man? Let's see. We got Tim J. Hail, brother. Well, good to see you. There's Kenzo's Creations, my eternal rival in Crossfire. I see he brought his Zoomerangs ready for a battle to the death. That's right. Zoomerangs to the death. Nocturna is mine. Electric Monk is here. Good to see you. Carlos Cow. Let's see who else. We've got Alchemy. Hey, good to see you, Alchemy. Hopefully you're doing well, man. Jason Long. Hail, brother. What's up? James D. Morris says it's Bacon and Roses time. Hell yeah. Gerald Black. What's going on? We got Tony's Nuggets says, I'm chilling as always. And shout out to the Nugget Clan if they're with you too. Luke and Sprunky. Shout out to the Nugget Clan. Sean Weitzel is here. Good to see you, Sean Weitzel. Did I say Kyle Conklin? I think I got you. It's so much bacon. It's sometimes I get lost in there. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot there. Let's see. I think we might actually be getting near the end. I'm seeing less bacon. Saint Adam is here. Hail, brother. Good to see you. Slash with the bacon there. Painting and Rambling says not enough ease to throw Kitty off. That's right. See, Kitty, that's why Kitty has the job of reading out the super chats. He can get pretty zooked out sometimes. He can mispronounce things, but you'll never trip him up with all those elongated E. I think he likes it. Somebody said earlier, like, Kitty's keeping a record. I don't know. I think he likes it. He earns that paycheck right there. Okay. Oh, there's Scarlet Sprunky right there in the chat. Says happy Valentine's Day with some bacon. Good to see you. Ronald Neal is here. Yeah. Happy Friday the 13th. Yes, sir. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? I'm not seeing as much bacon, so I think I might have got everybody.
We are the Baconeers on this Gyat yacht. We declare war on the woke. Beautiful waifu standards is what we stand for. We zook out with every stroke.
That's right. Keeping those classic beauty standards alive right there. Waging the war on woke. They hate to see it. They don't like that we're having fun. They don't like that we're enjoying the classic waifus of the olden days, but they're not going to stop us. We're just going to keep doing it. We're going to do it even more, in fact. Ricardo Vasquez is here. Good to see you, man. Did I get Ronald Neal? Hopefully I caught Ronald Neal there in the shout-outs. Let's see. I think I caught everybody. Overdrive Prime. Good to see you. Oh, there's Daryl Walick. And another visit from the Gyat Fairy from Whis. Let's go.
Crush the woke. Drive their waifus before me, and hear the lamentations in their emotes. Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Oh man, that was awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see, 45 Jackie, what's going on? Just made it. Hey, you're just in time. We're still doing the shout outs. Dara Waylick, hopefully you heard the shout out there, kind of zooking out to that one. But Dara Waylick is here too. And anybody else that I may have missed, I'll keep an eye on chat. I'll give you a shout out as we go along. You can just put some bacon in the chat. Normally that catches my attention, or you can yell at me through a super chat. That always catches my attention. Plus you guys are like cracking me up tonight. Holy shit. I was not prepared. I was not ready. Okay. No, when we did the comedy theme on channel surfing, I was like making sure my face was all limbered up, so I could smile and laugh the whole time, which I did. I knew I would, because you guys had all sorts of hilarious stuff. So I'm like, all right, I didn't get ready. I wasn't prepared to laugh this much. You guys are cracking me up. This is awesome. So yeah, if you want to support the channel, help keep the station in orbit, as well as wage the war on the woke, just like that previous super chat said. That's right. We are keeping the classic beauty standards alive. We're not going to let them uggify our waifus here. Not on this station. Okay. Not on my watch. Not on this station. There will be no uggification. Okay. We're keeping the waifus classically beautiful and enjoying it and having a good time along the way. We got all sorts of memes that have cooked up here for you guys just for Valentine's Day. It's smoochy time. All right, it's smoochy time. So we got to learn the proper ways of wrangling, as if you guys don't already know. But you know what I mean. We got some memes for you, show you the right way and maybe even the wrong way to do it. We'll see. But thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. It also goes towards keeping that perpetual waifu machine fueled up, because the waifus, they go whack for the stack. So we're going to unlock some later on. That'll be the final segment here.
How do we love our waifus? We love our waifus stacked. How do we love our waifus? We love our waifus packed. We wrangle, we tangle. Our waifus we dangle. We love our waifu stables. We're the baconeers.
Let's go.
The brilliant star that shines through the night. The power ballad that rocks your socks. Riseman stands with the waifu.
Let's go. Thank you, Neostar Productions, announcing the arrival of Riseman. And then T-Bone finishing off, I think. Sounded like that was the final verse of his lyrical super chats there, even ending it with the elongated E. Let's go. Crossfire is here. What's going on, Crossfire? I also see Ryan Cadell as well. Good to see you guys. Glad you could make it. We got Jay Anthony in the chat, and of course Neostar Productions, man. Good to see you guys. Glad you could make it. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight, man. Fueling up that perpetual waifu machine. We're keeping it going. We got the talented artists that work for the station here, delivering us new and exclusive waifu pinups each and every week. Some of them selected by you guys, those stream bosses. There's a reason we keep track of the stream boss and sometimes even have a pretty big battle for it, is because whoever's the stream boss at the end of the show gets to select a waifu of their choosing to get the pinup treatment and be featured on a future Sterner stuff. So we'll see some of that tonight. It's going to be a good time. Hopefully you guys are ready to go, because, oh, whoa, holy shit, Maloon. I forgot how to pronounce your name. Holy shit. Let's go. Time to rock out. We are rocking out. Put those guitars up for the massive dono right there. She's grinding on tomatoes and T-Bone Tony. Ron McChaos is getting some in there. Let's go. Holy shit. Waste of Space, Neo 007, and Bloodwork. She loves those guitars. For the big $100 dono, Kenzo and Tavern Full ad user in there too. Let's go. Oh man, she's really rocking out. Play that guitar.
Feels good man, feels good man, feels good man, wowie.
Wowzers, let's go. Thank you so much, Maloon. Holy shit. Massive dono right there. That is amazing. Let's go. I better hurry up and acknowledge the stream. I was just talking about it. We better go ahead and give it a shout out before somebody else takes over. It was Chester Stevens. He had a pretty good hold on the title there. He's got his tag team partner with the Cheddar Swiss Coalition was here. But Maloon comes in with that massive dono right there. And Chester Stevens is fueling up the thrust bus. He's getting ready for the comeback attack.
Melon can have it tonight. I got Bill's Ninja.
Chester Stevens said, I'm tapping out, bro. I'm tapping out. Hey, ref, where's the referee? Ref, I'm tapping out. Let's go. But thank you guys. Massive support from all of you. Really, I appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome. Holy shit, man. So thank you so much. Let's go ahead and shout out our current stream boss, Maloon. Tip your fedora to Maloon. All hail. With 143 hit points on the health bar. That's a mighty health bar right there. So let's get some pizza rolls raining and the waifu swinging for you. Thank you so much. Holy shit. Blown away by the generosity of the Baconeers each and every week. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you. So we're going to have a good show tonight. Whoa! Balloon's not done yet! What's going on? What is going on? Balloon says I don't have a big enough health bar. I need more. Give me more. I need more guitars. More guitars in the chat for the waifu to grind on there. She's rocking out, dancing all over the stage. She almost went overboard. Look at that. Dancing all the way over to the rail. Grinding on T-Bone Tony and Michael Russell there with all those guitars. Tomatoes in again. Reverb 154. Holy shit. We are rocking out tonight. Let's go.
And Kyle Conklin K4W.
ケーキだったらこれぐらい普通でしょ
Watermelon emoji, watermelon emoji, watermelon emoji, watermelon emoji, watermelon emoji, watermelon emoji.
Watermelon detected. Thank you so much, Wiz. Appreciate that. And Maloon, I think, announcing a new tag team partnership with Kyle Conklin. Let's fucking go. Kenzo's creation is fueling up the thrust bus.
Nocturna and I send our regards. I have big plans for her and I for Valentine's Day. Dinner and drinks at the Warnado Diner. Wowzers.
Wowzers. Well, hey, it's not yet Valentine's Day. It's still Friday the 13th. And that means we still have to have a Zoomerang battle. So hopefully you didn't make reservations, or if you did, maybe you can get a refund or something, because we're going to have Zoomerangs crossfire. Okay, Zoomerangs to the death. Let's go, Kenzo. Appreciate it, man. I'm telling you, ongoing battle, my eternal rival. It'll never end. It'll never end, but it's worth it. Nocturna is worth it. So thank you guys so much. Holy shit. Massive generosity from the Baconeers. Maloon up in that stream boss health bar right now to 243 hit points. Whoa, buddy. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Massive support tonight, guys. You guys are the best. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. I shouldn't do too much more hot dog and a grandstand in here. We got to get into it, but thank you guys. I can't even imagine. It's so awesome. Let's see. I see Matthew Birkland, if I'm saying that right, says my Tank Police t-shirt is in the mail. Oh, that's one of my favorites. I got one of those myself. That's one of my favorite ones that we have on the shop. I love that shirt. Glad you got one too. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel too. Purchasing a t-shirt. I need to make some more. I've been working on some new merch, and then every time I'll start getting near to having another design finished, some other work will distract me, and then I'll forget to go back and finish the designs I was working on. But I do have new merch on the way, and not just t-shirts either. We're going to actually have like posters. I think that I'm able to have those metal posters, you know, the ones where you put like the magnets on the walls with they're like sticky on the back. and it's a really thin, flat magnet, and then you can just put the 10, I think they're made out of 10 posters up. So yeah, we've got some of those in the works, all sorts of really cool stuff. It's the Puma sisters. They're sitting on Bonaparte on the tank. That is the one, Gabriel Villegas. The Puma sisters are both sat on top of Bonaparte, that little tank, and then there's some kanji in the background. It says cat war or war cats or something. I don't know if I got it in the right order, because I'm American, so I read left to right, but Japanese read right to left. So I don't know if it's war cat or cat war, but it works. Battle cats. We'll just call it that. We'll just call them battle cats. That's what it translates to. We'll just say that. Yeah, war cats. That's what I was going for, Daryl Walick. Closest thing to like battle cats I thought would make a cool background design. So glad you guys are enjoying that. Like I said, got some more merch in the works. Just taking me a while. I need to be more focused. But let's go ahead and get into the show, guys. We got a lot to get into. So all aboard. I think everybody's ready to go. All aboard. Whether you took the BOOGA train or the thrust bus, however you arrived, you're here now. Get on board the Gyat Yacht. It's time to set sail. That's right. We are cruising on into the weekend right now aboard the Gyat Yacht, and we're going to start our first segment, the Saturday morning preview. You guys know the drill. Every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got a full 3-hour block for you. Tomorrow is no exception. We've got volume 140 starting at 9 a.m., full 3 hours, 9 to noon Eastern Standard Time. And it's the Valentine edition. All right, so it's actually Valentine's Day tomorrow. Today might be Friday the 13th, but tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So normally I wouldn't really dedicate a full lineup to Valentine's Day, just because it's like, I don't know that there's that many Valentine's focused episodes, although I was surprised to find that there's a shit ton. But in years past, I just assumed there weren't that many. And it's kind of like, we're looking at waifus like 365 days out of the year. Do we really need Valentine's Day just to have like a special edition for the lineup? It's kind of business as usual, isn't it? But because tomorrow the Saturday morning falls on Valentine's Day itself, I said, all right, let's go ahead. It's on the exact day, and it's the 14th, and it's volume 140, 140, so 14, So I'm like, all right, all the signs are pointing there. Let's make it a Valentine edition. Do they even have episodes? So I start looking up, okay? I start doing some research. I start going through my library, skimming the names of the episodes, the episode titles, just to see if anything has, love or something about Valentine's or whatever. And to my surprise, there was a metric shit ton, like possibly more than Christmas. It was kind of crazy. I don't know. There's a lot of Halloween and Christmas episodes. Valentine's Day is in that top 3. I don't know the exact order. Probably Christmas is probably going to be number 1 and Halloween number 2, but Valentine's is right there at number 3. There were a lot of Valentine's episodes. I was very much surprised. And then some of them, even if they don't mention the day itself, they're like love focused episodes, maybe some love potions, maybe an unrequited love, something that, it's a little one-sided, like one character has the hots for a waifu, but she doesn't even know he exists. There were some episodes like that, like I said, the love potions and stuff. So yeah, I was like, all right, we'll do this. Let's fucking do this, okay? So we got a Valentine edition of Saturday morning cartoons coming up for you tomorrow morning. Every single episode has something to do with smoochy time, okay? Just like that Johnny Questby. It's not going anywhere. We're not gonna let that one go anywhere. So yeah, we've got smoochy time coming up tomorrow morning. So every single episode, I'll give you a preview of a few of them. You got to be a channel member over on Coffee to get the whole list early, but I'll give you a preview of a few with some of the memes that I cooked up. And what's nice about it is, you might be worried, like, oh no, it's just like every episode's just going to be all lovey-dovey and, mushy and all this. No, there's some pretty good jank in there. Couple of zooked out episodes. In fact, there's one in particular that's insanely zooked out. It's like a fever dream. If you took Valentine's Day, like one of the love potions, and mixed it with equal parts zook, then that's one of the episodes tomorrow. It's batshit insane. So yeah, there's gonna be some good stuff. That doesn't mean that there won't be a couple of like mushy moments here and there. Yeah, they're in there. They're in there a little bit. I won't deny that, but don't worry. It's still janky, cheesy, and completely zooked out, just like we always have every Saturday lineup for you guys. I like providing you with something that, sort of makes you question reality. Like, what were they on when they made this? Like that kind of reaction. I go for that at least with one episode per week. So we'll have that. We'll have that tomorrow for sure. Stephen Baker is here. He says, what happened to the Grindhouse? Did it go out late? Depends on what country you're in. If you were trying to tune into the premiere and you lived in the UK, there were a couple other countries, but I think that was the biggest when it comes to percentage of the audience, then it was blocked. It was blocked for you, but it should be up now.
Goldie is always ready for smooch in time. Why do you think she carries those inflatable hotel rooms?
Exactly, pacing and rambling. Never leave home without it, especially on Valentine's Day. Don't go out without your inflatable hotel room. You never know. It could save your life. But yeah, if you were in the UK or a couple other countries last week, the Anime Grindhouse, if you tried to watch the premiere at midnight Eastern time, then it was blocked for you. But once the premiere was over, I was able to trim out the segment that got blocked because it was I think it was one of the commercials at the beginning or something.
Are we gonna see some waifu wrangling within the oh boy smoochy stuff time?
You know it, T-Bone. You know it, man. Yeah, we're getting a bunch of wrangling tomorrow. All sorts of stuff. But the Anime Grindhouse should be visible to you now. Because like I said, I didn't catch it until the premiere was already set up and I couldn't really mess with it. But as soon as it was over, I went back and trimmed out. It was either one of the commercials or like an intro song or something. Nothing that really took away from the actual shows in the lineup. So you can check it out now. And apologies for the inconvenience if you were trying to tune in live. But yeah, T-Bone, we're definitely going to get some waifu wrangling, of course, with tomorrow morning's lineup. There's some J-Law in there. Probably some Frosted Flakes at some point. I didn't necessarily make a meme because I felt like I've been doing a lot of Frosted Flakes memes lately, ever since my birthday last month when we did the actual Frosta episode, the origin of Frosted Flakes. I've been doing a bunch of those memes, and we even had a flakeality with Mighty Max. So it's like, well, how can you top that? The waifus are getting to the point now where they're physically assaulting these guys. They're physically assaulting these guys. It's a flakeality. So I'm like, I'm going to let that die down. But we might still see some Frosted Flakes tomorrow. Who knows? But we're definitely getting some J-Law moments. That's for sure. There's no escaping that. Even though I do that one a bunch too. On Valentine's Day, I mean, are you kidding? There's no escaping the J-Law. I couldn't avoid it, okay? So, in fact, we might get up to the same levels that the Frosted Flakes got up to with the J-Law. You'll see what I mean here in a second. And then, of course, tons of wrangling. In fact, some of the shows, they'll give you a good idea, kind of a scope. You know, you'll have a spectrum of what's good wrangling techniques, not so good wrangling techniques, maybe something in the middle, or maybe something that's so bad it could cost you your life because, like I said, the J-Law is accelerating. It might be getting all the way up to Frosted Flakes levels here. So we've got a bunch of good stuff, though. It's all from the 80s and 90s. Didn't really dip into the early 2000s this time. Kept it all in the 80s and 90s. Really good lineup. Some shows that, a few of them that we haven't seen in a very long time. Plus the return of a live action show. I was doing that for the first several volumes this year, like all throughout January. And I think, was it earlier this month or no, last week? I don't think I had a live action show. But anyway, all through January, I put one live action show, whether it was Power Rangers or Mystic Knights of Tirnanog or Tirnanog, got to say that right, or Jason of Star Command. But, you know, took a little bit of a break. Didn't have a live action show last week. Maybe not the week before either. I can't remember. But we got one again this week. So it's going to be a good lineup for you guys. I think you'll enjoy it. So let's go ahead and start out the preview here. What do we have up first?
Are we gonna see our tomato human Tara as the kissy vampire as well tomorrow?
Well, Duo Maxwell, that one I played during Halloween. Even though it is pretty good as far as smoochy time goes, because the TV censor in the episode, they break the fourth wall, which is a common occurrence in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. But the TV censor came on that episode and said, no, you can't have vampires biting anybody. Let's just have them kissing instead. They somehow, I don't know how, somehow they thought that would be better. And so Tara, who ends up getting turned into a vampire, is just chasing Chad throughout like half the episode, trying to do some smoochy time, some smoochy stuff. It's smooching time, smoochy stuff. I got to get it right. But yeah, so it's still a Halloween episode though. So I just played that one a couple months ago back in October. So you won't see that one tomorrow. The kissy, I know it probably would fit. There's, like I told you guys though, I was surprised. I was shocked to find the number of Valentine, whether, you know, Valentine the Day or just sort of love themed episodes that were out there. And there were more. Like, I was like, man, I'm going to go over 3 hours. I gotta trim some of these out.
Everything I know about wrangling, I know from Johnny Bravo. Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha. To the monkey. You know, I learned a lot from Johnny Bravo as well. I don't know if it's paid off, but yeah, I'm not going to give up. Okay. I'm not going to give up. Thank you, Wiz, for fueling up the thrust bus right there. Let's fucking go. All right. So starting out, an unlikely candidate. The first show in the lineup is an unlikely candidate to have an episode that you would be like, what? This is like a Valentine episode? Well, it's sort of like a love story episode. And I'm talking about the episode of Transformers. That's right, Transformers in our Valentine edition. The Girl Who Loved Power Glide. So kind of an unrequited love, you know. She's definitely trying to take a ride in his jet mode. Okay, get your mind out of the gutter. She wants to go flying. She wants to take a ride on Power Glide. And he does not want to send her up and away unless it's to the moon. Okay, he's like, I'll send you flying straight to the moon. Okay, so this is going to be your first example of Wrangle techniques, which is a very, this one's kind of a high difficulty level, requires a lot of skill. It's not going to work on every waifu, but you got to know the type of waifu you're dealing with. And Power Glide definitely understood the type that he was dealing with. So he went full Sigma mode, you know, just acting like you don't even give a shit. Like her mere presence is an annoyance. Some waifus, they go crazy for that, okay? Waifus they're wascally, okay? These wascally waifus, all right? It's not for us to understand. You know, we don't have to know the whys, the ins and outs. Well, maybe that, but you know, we don't have to understand the whys of everything. You just have to know that it is. And so some of them are like that. So Power Glide, he was watching, he saw a couple of clips, you know, that like we're about to see. And he goes, okay, I think I know the type I'm dealing with. I'll give you guys an example right here. And our first serving of J-Law moments as well. Here we go.
I know you're all totally grossed out to be here, but it's my birthday, so I'm going to have a party. Why aren't you geezers having a good time? Why can't you guys just lighten up and enjoy yourselves?
Skeletor is being summoned.
Oh, I can't stand it. This place is like a prison. I hate it. I want some excitement.
Don't cry, Astoria.
It's my
Skeletor is coming. He's like, holy shit, she's just getting worse and worse. ramping up the J-Law. She's like spoiled rotten. And she's like, it's like a prison. I hate it. Oh my goodness. It does, but it doesn't even stop there.
Party and I'll cry if I want.
Oh no. Wait, I gotta back that up a bit. There you go. You see Skeletor getting summoned right there.
Excitement.
Don't cry, Astoria.
It's my party and I'll cry if I want to.
Skeletor has been summoned. I sense the J-Law. Where is it? Who is this? Who is this waifu that's crying because she has a birthday bigger than everybody would have in their entire life combined?
Take it from a pimp, there is no waifu mighty enough to withstand the might of the pimp hand.
That's right, Chester Stevens. You need to say the pimp's prayer. That's right, man. Thank you for fueling up the thrust bus right there. But yeah, Skeletor's like, she's got a bigger birthday extravaganza than most people would have of all their birthdays throughout their life combined. And still, she says she's gonna cry, feels like she's in a prison, just like a woman. Yeah, Skeletor's losing it, man. He's been summoned. Look at him, man. He's been summoned. So yeah, so Power Glide is like, okay, I know this type. I've been around the block a few times. He's flown around the block a few times. He knows how to handle a waifu like this. So this is your first guide right here. Your guide, how to wrangle a waifu for Valentine's Day. All right, so you got to know the type. You got to know what you're dealing with. But if it happens to be one like this, well, take a page out of Power Glide's playbook right here.
I want to go flying.
I'll send you flying.
Oh, I want to go flying again.
Oh, come on.
I'll send you flying right to the moon. And then he tosses her. He doesn't just say it. He actually sends her flying right out of the room. Oh, based. Let's go. Base Power Glide. Chad Power Glide. Let's fucking go. And you know she's like splooshing the whole time. Obviously, because she doesn't leave him alone. He keeps saying, like, I'll send you flying. Bang, pow. I'll send you flying. And she's like, all right, let's go. That just made her want him even more. Hey, Taser is here. What's up? Good to see you, sister. Been a while. It's been a while. Hopefully you're doing well, having a good Valentine's Day. Hopefully nobody sends you flying.
You gotta go from the heart, yo. No little perv bullshit's gonna work for this one. Be smooth. Be Don Juan de la Nuche.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you try to just go like the usual route, she's just gonna start crying again and say, I feel like I'm in prison. I feel like this is a prison. It's my party. I'm gonna cry if I want to. No, you just gotta send her flying. And not just tell her that you're going, but actually send her flying out of the room. I got to see it one more time. This is classic, okay? Chad Power Glide. Let's fucking go. Power Chad. He's Power Chad. Let's fucking go.
I want to go flying.
I'll send you flying.
Oh, I want to go flying again.
Oh, come on.
Sploosh. Let's go. So yeah, that's how we're actually starting off the lineup with something that you might think would be an unlikely show to have anything to do with Valentine edition of Saturday morning cartoons. But no, we got Transformers. We got a love story here and a good example of how to handle a certain type of waifu if you're trying to get them wrangled and tangled. Yeah, she got some hang time. Yeah, man, she went flying. And notice that she landed on her cake to the beat there, you know? That wasn't the bass drop. That was the cake drop. All right. She got dropped on her ass and it made the beat drop. Let's fucking go. So that's how we're going to start out with Transformers. Good stuff from the 80s. We got a couple other things from the 80s. You know, it's usually about half and half. I think that, yeah, actually I did. I managed to keep it half and half for this one too. So first half of the morning is 80s. Second half is the 90s, but we're actually going to focus a little bit more on the 90s for the rest of this preview here.
You're really stacked, aren't you?
Happy to all my homies, bacon emoji, saluting face emoji.
Thank you, Green Raptor. I don't know why Kitty didn't read SAD.
Any of these to the waifus, it works. Way too
Let's go,
dank forever
Maloon!
alone. Wow, we peepo happy.
Let's go. Maloons with a super kick to Vents right there, increasing the health bar to 269 hit points. Let's fucking go. Thank you so much. Yeah, Power Glide basically just pulled the be gone thought, and it worked. It worked like a charm. So that's how we're going to start the morning. It's going to be awesome. We'll have a couple other shows from the 80s. And then we're going to move into the 90s with another show that you might not think would ever have anything to do with Valentine's Day. But this is where we start to get pretty janky. Now, it's not the most zooked out one that I mentioned earlier at the start of the stream where I said, hey, don't worry, just because it's Valentine edition doesn't mean that you won't get a healthy dose of Zook tomorrow. This next one is not even the most zooked out, but it is pretty janky. And another one that you're going to probably be surprised, like, what? How does this show have anything to do? Well, you'll see. You'll see. And it's one that we haven't seen in a while, too. It's been quite some time since we've seen an episode of this, and it would be Mutant League. Do you guys remember Mutant League? Does anybody want to remember Mutant League? Had you successfully purged this show from your memory? Well, I'm bringing it back for you, whether you like it or not, okay? Because they actually have a sort of a love story in this one too. Not really taking place on Valentine's Day, but still has a love story. And yeah, we still got Mutant League. We still got Mutant League, Taverns Poll. That's right. I think the only form that gets taken down, or it didn't even necessarily get taken down, but I enlisted it just to be careful, was having like the full show. You guys remember when I had the volumes where it was just like the whole show and it spread out across a couple of volumes? Those were kind of dangerous because it's one thing to just have a single episode on Saturday morning, but when you have the entire series up, they're like, all right, that's enough.
Hit her with that happy Valentine's Day, baby. Either we're fucking or I'm fucking, or you do realize that I am stronger than you.
There you go. Commies and Odd People channeling his power Chad, his power glide, his base power glide right there. And he's like, look, I can launch you.
Love hoits.
It hoits. That's right, Painting and Rambling. You remember that meme. It hoits. This is the episode, by the way, where that meme came from, okay? So the episode itself has a love story element, you know, a Valentine element, and another example of a wrangling method. Although this one, we're kind of going to the other end of the spectrum. So we just saw Sigma Power Glide, you know, Power Chad, and how he did his wrangling right there. This is kind of the other end of the spectrum where we're going to get a little bit more into like simp territory. You know what I mean? And it hides. That's right. Because if you guys remember Mutant League, if you didn't purge it from your memory, then you would probably remember that they do fake commercials in here, kind of like in RoboCop. You guys remember how like RoboCop would have all those fake commercials? Well, Mutant League does the same thing. And one of them was for a fragrance. I don't know if it was perfume or cologne. They didn't really specify, but just some sort of fragrance. And they were kind of mocking those artsy fartsy perfume commercials where people are running through a big empty museum with like flowing dresses and stuff. And there's trying to make statements, you know, it's art. It's a statement. And then the one guy just goes, it hurts. Oh man, it's such a great clip, such a great clip. But the episode itself has a large focus on Thrasher, this sort of, is she like a fish mutant? What exactly is she? Chat, do you guys know? I'm going to go with like fish mutant. I'm not exactly sure, but the hair has kind of that fin look to it. There's no other fin or fish elements to her, but she's orange and has weird hair. They're all supposed to be mutants because it's Mutant League. So I'm just going to say she's a fish mutant, okay? I'm just going to say that. But Thrasher is the focus of this episode, as well as the focus of a certain character's affection, okay? She is the object of his affection, but he has not learned, like Powerglide did, how to, first of all, analyze the type of waifu that you're dealing with, and then take the appropriate course of action once you know the type of waifu. He's just doing things his own way, for better or for worse. Spoiler alert, for worse. But we're going to see how it plays out for him. Let's see what happens to Thrasher. Thrasher and the simp.
Frag. I'm sorry. Did I scare you?
Okay, so like I said, some of these are to give you examples of what you should do, and some are examples of what you shouldn't do. And that would be one of them. Waiting in a dark room, and as soon as the lights come on, laughing like a maniac and being like, ah, did I scare you? That maybe not a good idea. Maybe not the best Wrangle method.
Lurking in the shadows will do that. You're Thrasher, aren't you? Yeah. Could you sign my shirt?
Simp. Simp. Dude, even Limburger knows. Even Limburger had to chime in and be like, simp. So his creepy approach didn't work. You know, I don't know what he was expecting to be the result of that, but, you know, waiting in a dark room, laughing like a crazy person, and, you know, just being kind of creepy in general, that didn't work. So he goes instantly to full on simp mode, sign my back, my shirt. Even Limburger is like, simp, what is wrong with you, man?
Could you sign my shirt?
Simp. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. Speaking of signing the back.
Turn around. Let me see the back.
Let me see the back. Whoa, buddy. All right. Maybe he's on to something. Maybe this guy, you know, he's a little misguided. He's a little misdirected. But he has good taste. Yeah, fish cakes. Fish cakes. Cake detected.
What'd you forget now, hero?
You.
So there you go. The freehand, the old reliable freehand Wrangle. Pretty difficult. You know, normally it helps if you have a Wrangle device. But as Chester Stephen pointed out, sometimes you can just do a freehand Wrangle, you know, like like an angry villager chasing down Frankenstein, complete with torch in hand. But no, you're chasing down your waifu. But where is he taking her, though? What is the end game here?
Now, it's not much, but once you add your little touches, it'll be home sweet.
Notice he's got posters of her that he's drawn hearts of. There's posters all over the wall of Thrasher. He's drawn hearts on him. Yeah, this guy's not creepy at all. Definitely not a warning sign that Thrasher should run. Should get the fuck out of there as quick as she can. Oh, but wait, he installed a wife cage. Now hold on. Maybe he didn't get it all wrong. His approaches were a little misguided, but you know, the end game, it seems like he kind of knew what he was doing. He had a wife cage already installed, you know, right there next to all the posters. He even got a banner with her name on it over the cage just so he doesn't forget who's in there, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, you know, there you go. Right into the wife cage.
Let me out.
She's not too happy about it, though. She's not too happy about it, though. So Thrasher does indeed get wrangled, tossed into the wife cage. Not too happy about it, though. This is why it's important. You know, I mentioned it earlier. You guys had brought up the flowers and the candy and stuff, and I said, well, that's only part of the equation. You know, you got to have the right approach. This is why I'm showing these examples of how Power Glide handled it, how Frag here handled it. You know, two opposite ends of the spectrum, very different results. Because the one waifu with Power Glide, she couldn't get enough. She wanted to keep going, you know, going flying, taking another ride, if you will. While Thrasher here is just, she's not having it. She's like, get me out. Just let me the fuck out. She's not having it at all, man. But there's definitely good reason why he wrangled her. I can see it.
Turn around, let me see the back.
Yeah, I can see it. All right. So Thrasher ends up getting wrangled in the wife cage there. And we get kind of a what do you call that? Cautionary tale? Yeah, it's kind of a cautionary tale. This is how you don't wrangle. But we're gonna see a lot of this tomorrow. We're gonna see a lot of this. You know, good examples, bad examples, almost like that old Animaniacs segment. Do you guys remember? Good idea, bad idea. So let's go over here. We've got Zach, not the Lego Maniac, not that one, a different Zach from Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego. And this we'll have kind of a side-by-side comparison here. What's a good way and not so good way to try to wrangle a waifu here? Let's go. All right, I was about to say, why is it not playing? Here we go.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea. Good idea.
That was for not being dead. And this is because we don't have much time.
Bad idea.
Yep, girls don't call me got the knack Zach for nothing. Sorry.
The end.
All right. So good idea is, you know, a little smoochy stuff. Just sling them over your shoulder, caveman style, instant sploosh, kind of a subsect of the Power Glide method. You know, maybe not going full Sigma, but definitely the Chad route. And then you've got Zach, who is not paying attention. He's over there bragging about how he's like, you know, Zach with the knack, you know, like he knows how to get with the waifus, and then proceeds to smash one in the face with a book. We got to see that one more time for both of them. See She-Ra get wrangled too.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea. Good idea.
That was for not being dead. And this is because we don't have much time.
Bad idea.
Yep, girls don't call me got the knack Zach for nothing. Sorry.
The end.
So yeah, Zach, maybe you don't have the knack. You might want to study under Power Glide, or you know, maybe Seahawk there from Eekbin She-Ra, who is now Eekbin wrangled. She-Ra got Eekbin wrangled. Eekbin splooshin. Eekbin splooshin there, just tossed over the shoulder. Yeah, you might want to hit the gym there, bud. Less bragging, more lifting. And stop smacking girls in the face with a book. Yeah, I think he is. I think he might actually be Teen Titans Robin, like the same voice actor. I'm not sure, but I think it is, yeah. But there you go. A little side-by-side comparison. Like I said, you'll be getting this all morning long. It's kind of like a lesson, okay? We're educational. We're doing education here on the Orbital Station. Remember when they try to shove that into every show? Oh, it's got to be educational. Well, now it is, okay? Now it is. We're educating the Baconeers and the Baconettes, for that matter, on some good and bad methods of wrangling. You know, some can be a good guide and some can be more of a cautionary tale. Here's what not to do. Now, let's say that you do end up using one of the better methods showcased here, and you end up wrangling yourself a waifu, because they're out there. I mean, you got that one who's just in the wrong place at the wrong time and got beamed in the face with a book there. But we've also got Ivy, if we're doing Carmen Sandiego.
If you want to wrangle a waifu, don't be a klutz and smack her by accident in the mouth. That's how she avoids you.
Forever. Exactly, Duo Maxwell. That's how she avoids you forever. Like, you basically, you'll be like one of those cartoon characters that smells bad and they have the stink lines coming off of them. That's how she's going to see you. Just stink lines coming off. She'll avoid you like the plague. But yeah, there are definitely plenty of waifus out there to be wrangled in tomorrow morning's lineup. And of course, if we're doing Carmen Sandiego, then you know we're going to get Ivy here chilling at the beach. What's that in her hand, though? It looks like a book. That's a dangerous weapon, especially for a waifu. They shouldn't be allowed to read. So, but let's say you follow some of these better examples and the first step is done. You're able to wrangle the waifu. Now the date has been set. It's time to go on your Valentine's Day outing. You got to make sure, because it's not over. Just the wrangle is just the start, okay? It's just the beginning. It's not over there. There's still more to go. And this is why I was saying earlier, you guys got to be careful. You can't just rely completely on the flowers, the candy, or even a good wrangling technique. You got to make sure that you show up on time, okay? Because let's say you happen to wrangle an evil waifu, all right? So we saw the spoiled brat waifu. We saw the mutant fish girl waifu. And then, of course, just a good old classic redhead with Ivy. But let's say that you're after an evil waifu. And, you did the analyzing and determined what type, okay, evil waifu. I know the wrangle method to use here.
Worse yet, Ivy's reading a driver's manual.
Not in a million years. That's the last thing she's reading, painting and rambling. You know she's reading one of those trashy romance books. See, that's the thing. You know, as much as we look at the waifus here, as I put it, wage the war on woke and celebrate the classic beauty. You know, that's kind of a fancy way of putting it. But, you know, we're looking at the waifus, right? As much as we do that, the waifus themselves are far worse. Like, whoa, buddy. Yeah, they read the trashiest books. It's all I don't even know if I can say it. It's just trashy. That's all I'm going to say. You guys, if you know, you know. But let's say you've analyzed the waifu and determined what type she is, determined the proper wrangle method to initiate the wrangle and hopefully lead to post-wrangle activities. You got to set up your Valentine's date. Well, if it's an evil waifu, just make sure you follow through, okay? You can't just go, all right, I did a little bit of the old power glide, Chad moves or whatever it was. Just don't be late, okay? Just don't be late, because here we have Astronema from Power Rangers in Space. She's just chilling, she's biding her time for the date. She knows she's not going to be late. It's a classic kind of a joke that usually it's the waifus take forever to get ready, but they're still keeping track of time. They definitely are. Even while she's sitting there doing the rogue pose. Did you guys notice that? Astronema pulling off the rogue pose. And before you ask,
turn around, let me see the back.
We do. In fact, I think Vinny might have been the cameraman of this episode, or maybe the director, because they hold on this shot right here almost just as long, if not longer, than this shot. Like this is how she kind of establishing shot. You know, you go into the room, she's laying there, you see one of the henchmen bringing her some food, but then it doesn't take long to cut back to this, and she's talking. You don't even see her face, but she's talking, and it's just holding on the rogue pose.
Only evil waifu for me is teal with wings. Zoomerangs for my reservations tomorrow. She will be mine.
Thank you, Kenzo's Creations. Another reference to our Zoomerang, Eternal Zoomerang battle, as well as some elongated E. Very nicely played, sir. Thank you. Yeah, look at the size of that thing. Yeah, she's doing the rogue pose, man. I'm telling you, Vinny was the cameraman here. He's like, don't worry. I know the shots that you need for this episode.
Turn around. Let me see the back.
Yeah. Vinny was operating the camera. Best rogue pose. This is an RL rogue pose, man. She got it down to a T. She nailed it. It's awesome. And I think she likes doing it too, because it's not just in this scene, but later on, again with the rogue pose. But notice that she's looking a little irritated, a little, miffed, irked. She's a little irked, a little miffed, a little perturbed here, laying in this rogue pose, because like I said, you got to make sure you're on time. Okay. Don't just assume that the waifu is going to be doing her hair, spraying on stinky water, and end up arriving later than you. Oh no. They are very punctual creatures indeed, okay? Yeah, she's miffed, all right? She's miffed. She's disgruntled, all right? But yes, they are very punctual creatures. At least a lot of them are. Obviously, not all, but Astronema is one of those very punctual waifus and does not like it when you're late. So that's the last piece of the puzzle here. As you'll see, the J-Law consequences will never be the same, okay? Especially on Valentine's Day. If she goes through all the trouble of getting her hair done like this, with the weird like ball things in there, there's two different colors of hair, there's a headband that's somehow above her head. I don't even know how this hairstyle is working. She's got like 3 different wigs on. If they go through that sort of trouble, you better fucking be on time, okay? Or the J-Law consequences will never be the same.
Why do you wear stinky water?
Where is he?
Super Silverizer! Yeah! Super Silverizer! Laser Blast!
What is taking him so long?
Hey! Power down!
J-Law-ality.
Oh. Hey! Those were long stem roses.
Nobody stands me up, buddy. Ugh.
And then adding insult to injury, just says, buddy. In other words, you've been friend-zoned, pal. You don't show up late. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, friend. You've been friend-zoned. It's over. I don't know how he survived that. It apparently she blasted him so hard he started doing blackface. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, and then she friend zones him though. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. But no, I love how he shows up. He's all like, yeah, I made it. I'm here. You know, I had to save the world. Surely you'll cut me some slack because I was fighting monsters and had to save the world. Nope. You are dealing with a waifu, sir. Sir, are you aware of the creature with which you are dealing? It is a waifu, sir. It does not matter your reason for being late. All that matters is you are late and you are dead. I love how she shoots him again after he falls down too. Like I don't know how he survived that. He really should be fucking dead. So yeah, just like we recently saw that Frostiflakes have escalated to a near fatal level. You know, the waifus are now physically assaulting the guys over Frostiflakes. J-Law has also escalated to near fatal levels where in fact, I don't even know. It's probably because he is a Power Ranger. Like if this was just a regular dude, he would definitely be dead if not for being the Silver Space Ranger. But yeah, the J-Law is now, you're risking your life. And I don't just mean because they tend to crash the cars a lot. That can be fatal too. But, you know, in cartoons, normally it's just played up for laughs. But no, she literally tried to kill this guy. She literally tried to kill him for being late. Oh, it's amazing. And then he survives. And so she's like, oh, fuck, he's still alive. Well, then get friend zoned, buddy. Get friend zoned, pal.
Oh. Hey, those were long stem roses.
Nobody stands me up, buddy.
Buddy. Oh man, she put some English on that there. The way she said it, man, that was basically, it was like a curse word. You know, if you'd like bleeped it out, the way she, you know, nobody stands me up, buddy. You know, like, damn, she's like an alien, right? Is buddy like a curse word where she comes from? The way she said it, you'd think she was just cursing him out right there. Yeah, she's pissed. I do like the little harumph though. It's total J-Law through and through. This is like one of the most epic J-Law moments ever, but it is kind of adorable. That right there, that would, you know, that probably would have made me like, all right, I'm not even that mad anymore. Sure, you tried to blow my ass up. In fact, you hit me so hard, I'm now in blackface. But that little harumph was so adorable. Can't even stay mad, buddy. All is forgiven, Astronema. All is forgiven. Holy shit, man. It's good stuff. So, yeah, we're going to have Power Rangers in space. That'll be how we actually finish out the morning, bringing back a live action show. Astronema having J-Law moments practically throughout the entire episode, doing rogue poses also practically throughout the entire episode. But also, in case you were wondering, well, you know, because that hair is pretty crazy. I mean, I like it. You know, we just did a whole channel surfing basically dedicated to big 80s hair. And this is from the 90s, but it's still really big hair. I dig it. But if you're wondering, well, what does she look like without the crazy, like, 3-layered wig on? She actually goes into disguise at one point in this episode and gets a civilian form, okay? So if you just want to, it's basically just the actress just chilling, you know, but it's her disguise in the episode. And this is what she looks like right here, you know, not as much makeup, not a giant 3-layered wig, but you do get a little bit of Midriff City right there. Not bad. I'd say she's a bit of all right. And, you know, she seems like she would be fun to hang around. No wonder the Silver Ranger was willing to risk his life, because another great thing that I love about this series, aside from Astronema herself, is that at the end credits, during the end credits, we get bloopers. We get bloopers for the episode. So I'm not going to play them all. I'll let you see most of the bloopers tomorrow when the show's over. But there was one in particular that I just couldn't resist. It has really nothing to do with anything else. I just thought this is kind of awesome. So we're just going to see why, Silver Ranger, I think he's got good taste. I think he's able to see that even though she's evil, even though she tried to kill him for being late, that's kind of like a normal waifu, though. It's not even that evil. It's just kind of normal when it comes to waifus. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to take my chances. Plus, he saw this clip right here, and he's like, she's just, the harumph, if that wasn't adorable enough, I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but if the little harumph that she did, if that wasn't adorable enough, then how about a dance worthy of the end credits? Like Shantae, look out, Astronema is shaking it. So this is from the end credits. They do bloopers, and I'm like, I have to clip this. I can't really figure out how it goes along with all like the wrangling advice and the Valentine stuff. And she's wearing sunglasses and a weird Gilligan hat over her 3-layered wig. But it's awesome. The little shimmy, shimmy, shake, doing the little Shantae dance, It's like, I almost feel like just for one night, maybe we could have her as the credits roll. She's getting down. Let's go. Shake it, Astronema. So yeah, she's top tier. She's top tier. I feel like she gets looked over when it comes to talking about Power Ranger waifus, because of course Kimberly is like top tier. Some people like Catherine, the replacement for Kimberly. Some people like Trini, the Yellow Ranger. There's all sorts of ones, but Astronema, I think she deserves a ton of credit. She is a top tier Power Rangers waifu, an evil waifu, looks good both in and out of costume, and even does a little dance. As much as she has J-Law moments, it's still, she's up there, man. So that is your preview for tomorrow morning, all right? So be sure to tune in. There's a whole bunch of other shows that I didn't want to give away. Like I said, one of them is incredibly zooked out. If you think these were zooked out, you ain't seen nothing yet. One of the shows that I didn't mention here is incredibly zooked out and still somehow falls into the Valentine theme. It's kind of a love story. So, plus you get more bloopers from the Power Rangers, all right? So be sure to stay all the way through the credits so you can get some bloopers tomorrow. It's going to be a good time. So that'll be 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, full 3-hour block. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. Now let's talk about the Anime Grindhouse, what we got coming up on Bacon Bits, the second channel over there, tomorrow night at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And we are keeping with our formula that we have recently returned to, where it's kind of like a mashup. You get half of maybe a couple episodes of a series, or maybe an OVA, something like that, and then another one after that, and it kind of mix and match it. Make it a nice variety. So if you don't like one of the shows, well, maybe you'll like the next one that comes on, or maybe you'll like them both. I'm hoping that'll be the case with this one, is that you guys will like both of them. The first half is an OVA. It's only 2 episodes, so even if you do like it, unfortunately, I won't have any more to play. However, the second half will be the first 3 episodes of a series, barely. I say that because it only has like 7 episodes or something. It's not even the usual. A lot of times they'll have at least 13 or maybe like 26 or something. But no, this one just has 7, but it does have a second season, which adds another 4. So between the 2 seasons, you get 11. You get 11 episodes. And then I think there's a couple of OVAs, so if you do like it, at least there's more. Not a lot more, but there will be more. And we're also going to do what we did last week, where we had half of it be in Japanese with subtitles and the other half be in English with a gloriously cheesy dub that really added to the experience. And if you guys were there, you know what I'm talking about. Princess Minerva. I know a lot of people are like purists, when it comes to anime. They're like, it's got to be in Japanese. I won't watch any dubs. But you have to cut some slack to every now and then to some of these, because you're really missing out. If you don't watch Princess Minerva in English, you're really missing out. Same thing for what was it, Sailor Victory. We've had a few where it was like, okay, even I usually prefer Japanese, but this particular English dub, this is where it's at. Okay, you gotta have it. So that's what we've got for tomorrow. We've got one that I don't think got an English dub. I don't even think it was an option. So it's just Japanese or nothing. And then the second one, of course, got both options, Japanese or English. And I chose English for the extra layer of cheese on top. That's how we like it. We like the cheesy shows. And having a cheesy English dub just adds another layer. What's not to love? So first up in tomorrow night's Anime Grindhouse is going to be something that I've been waiting to show. I've had it for a while, and I'm just like, what can I pair this with? And it just didn't seem to fit, whether it was a time thing or just maybe not, like too different of a theme, whatever it was that I just hadn't used it. I finally get to play this one tomorrow. And that would be Megami Paradise. So this is the 2-episode OVA. This one will be in Japanese with English subtitles. And it's just waifus in like a fantasy world doing stuff. That's really it. That's kind of all there is to it. It's only 2 episodes. There's not like anything that's gonna blow your mind when it comes to story. It's certainly not going to be confusing like Soul Taker was. It's just waifus being waifus. It's just waifus being waifus. So, good time. Yeah, fantasy world, waifu, slice of life, sign me up. Yeah, it's just waifu stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, stuff. I like stuff. Smoochy stuff, maybe. I don't know. There might be some smoochy stuff in there. Ranma says, I love cute girls doing stuff. Yeah, see, it's just cute waifus doing stuff. So this one's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be the first half of the Grindhouse Megami Paradise, followed up by the English dub, a nicely cheesy, not quite as over the top as Princess Minerva, unfortunately, although few things could top that one, but it's still pretty good cheese. And another one that I think you guys will like, and if you do, there is a little bit more of it, but we'll check out the first 3 episodes of El Hazard, The Magnificent World. So I tried to find a good picture that had a lot of the characters, but the thing is, there's a lot of characters, including Kitty. Look at Kitty down there with a new haircut. Kitty's rocking like a Super Saiyan mohawk down there. But yeah, this one is also stacked and packed with waifus, although not like exclusively waifus. I don't know that Megami Paradise, I shouldn't say it like it's just waifus. There's probably like 1 or 2 male characters in there. This one's got a few male characters, but it's got a shit ton of waifus. So El Hazard, The Magnificent World. I know that this picture is probably from a different season. Daryl Waylick is currently losing his mind, typing in all caps, that's season 3. I know, man, I know. But like I said, I was trying to find a good image that had a bunch of the characters in it, okay? So it was either this or just like one character and it's all blurry. And plus this one has Kitty with a Super Saiyan mohawk, all right? So it's all good. It's all good, all right? But yeah, so we'll have this as the second half of Anime Grindhouse, El Hazard, The Magnificent World, the first 3 episodes. And there is more to this, even if it's not a lot more. There is more. And so if you guys like this one, we can continue it probably next week. I wouldn't be opposed. I would not be opposed to continuing this series next week and just going through it, because there's not that many total episodes. So we could get through this pretty quick. Master Godai, aka Mr. Two Scoops, is in the chat and he says, cool, I love El Hazard. Well, I'm glad there's some fans of it out there. It's not like the most obscure, I usually try to find ones that are really obscure that like you guys haven't heard of before. I know this one isn't like that obscure, but it's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun. It's got a good cheesy English dub, And I think you guys will enjoy it, especially watching with the bacon ears so that we can riff on it in the chat. That is at least half the fun, if not like 75% of the fun. For me anyway, I don't know. For me, like the majority of the fun is found in riffing in the chat with you guys. And so I just thought both of these will be great for riffing on. Fun stories. And that's really, they're not like too heavy or anything. They're really just fun. They're not, it's nothing like too heavy, and stacked and packed with waifus. What's not to love, right? What's not to love? So we got Megami Paradise. That'll be up first, and that one will be in Japanese, just waifus doing stuff. And then El Hazard, The Magnificent World, and that'll be in English. And it's more waifus, but some other people too, also doing stuff. I think they go on adventures. I think they actually do things in this one. They go on adventures. So yeah, some fantasy, some fantasy anime. You know what I mean? I try to keep like a theme, even if it's very loosely connected, a little bit of a theme there. So that's what we've got coming up. And that'll be on Bacon Bits tomorrow night at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there for that one as well. Now, let's get into the Nostalgia Spotlight. This one is going to be a bit of a shorter segment for Nostalgia Spotlight. I didn't do quite as deep a dive as I have been with, like, last week. We did Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, looking at all sorts of the comics and the toy line, even watched a bit of the video game. But this one, it's going to be a little brief, but it's just, you'll see why, because I had to. I'm like, all right, I've got to show this off. Basically, I'm not even going to deny it. It's really just to like show off. But I'm like, but I'll tie it in. Okay, I'll tie it in. We'll make a segment out of it. It'll still be a good time. Plus, because on Channel Surfing on Wednesday, we were doing Dream Girls of the 80s. The frizz meter was off the charts. Big floofy hair as far as the eye could see. And we had a lot of good submissions in there. And one of them that stood out was from Fire and Ice. I think it might have been Tavern's Pool that sent it in. Fire and Ice with our girl Tigra, a rotoscoped animated waifu from the 80s. Tigra from Fire and Ice. And so I thought, all right, well, maybe we can talk about that a little bit. It's based on the Frank Frazetta art that I'm sure you guys are familiar with. Even if you don't know the name Frank Frazetta, if you were to see an image, you would instantly recognize it. I've seen that before, or at the very least that style before. So everybody should know Frank Frazetta. And that's where Tigra basically came from. The whole like Fire and Ice movie basically came from that. And so I was like, all right, maybe, we could do a little reference on that. And so I'm looking into the backstory. And of course, it's one of the animated movies by Ralph Bakshi. So we're a pretty big fan of Ralph Bakshi here on the Orbital Station. And I'm not just speaking for me. I know a lot of you guys are as well. Not just Fire and Ice, but of course, Wizards. There's a whole lot of stuff in his catalog. We've got, in fact, I've got a couple of them listed out here. There was Wizards, American Pop. Oh, The Lord of the Rings, of course. Cool World. I think a lot of people tend to forget that, myself included, that Ralph Bakshi actually worked on Cool World as well. We also saw some Hollywood on the Dream Girls of the 80s Channel Surfing. And of course, also one of our favorite shows here on the Orbital Station is Spicy City. If you guys remember, it was one of the earliest shows that I did during the midnight animated movies before it became the Anime Grindhouse, and we had Spicy City. So we've got Fire and Ice with Tigra, and just images of Tigra just for the hell of it. Why not? Why not? Here, have one more. Have another. And this one's actually from the movie. Here you go. Have another of Tigra, and one of the movies by Ralph Bakshi. But so I'm looking through the catalog and I'm like, oh yeah, Cool World. Well, we just talked about that on Wednesday, so I don't really want to do a whole deep dive into Cool World because we just talked about that on Wednesday. I could go off on Fire and Ice, but that really goes more into Frank Frazetta. So I'm like, all right, what's a Ralph Bakshi thing? Oh, here we go. How about Spicy City? How about La Raven? La Raven, best Jessica Rabbit knockoff ever. I don't really consider Hollywood to be a Jessica Rabbit knockoff because she's different enough. but this one is clearly it's just gothic Jessica Rabbit. You know, if Jessica Rabbit was a goth girl, if Jessica Rabbit listened to Typo Negative and and went to Cure concerts and stuff like that, it's basically La Raven. Okay, so we've got La Raven here, and this one courtesy of Mr. Two Scoops, who was in the chat earlier. So shout out to Mr. Two Scoops for providing the excellent art of La Raven. But something interesting that I found, and this is why I'm like, all right, it'll be kind of a short nostalgia spotlight, but let's just remind everybody of Spicy City. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. It's only 6 episodes. Unfortunately, that's all they ever made. I wish that there were multiple seasons of that show. I would have watched every single episode over and over. But as it stands, it's just those 6. And I have watched those over and over too. But the full series, all 6 of those, are on the channel, the main channel here, in fact. Because like I said, this predates the Anime Grindhouse. This was like way back in the day when I was showing animated features at midnight before we moved over to doing the Anime Grindhouse. And so Spicy City is up there, and you should definitely check it out. It's kind of like a cyberpunk Tales from the Crypt, but instead of the Crypt Keeper, you get La Raven, this waifu right here. She is your Crypt Keeper for the series. It's an anthology series, and she has the opening and closing narrator scenes. And I don't know if it's like narrator because she's actually on screen, but just like Crypt Keeper, where she'll open and close the show and kind of introduce the story for that episode. And so, yeah, man, I was like, I could watch so many of these episodes. It's a shame that they only made 6, but at least we have those 6, and we have them in fairly good quality, good enough, in fact, to be recognized by a certain someone. So I want to show you guys. I thought this was pretty cool. Maybe you guys will too. But here we are on Bakshi Productions. Now, this is his actual website, okay? This is bakshistudio.com. This is the Bakshi Films official website. And you can see there's, the shop for the art. There's a catalog of the films and the books, gallery, all the stuff that he has. And if you go to the page for Spicy City right here, it gives you a little bit of information, the year that it came out, 1997, a brief blurb about it. And then if you scroll down just a bit there, here's where to watch it. So on Ralph Bakshi's official website here, not only does he know that I basically bootlegged it. I mean, let's be real. Like it's kind of bootlegged, but not only does he know, he's cool with it, and even put it on his website to say, hey, if you want to watch all 6 episodes, just go right here. It's embedded right there on the official website. You can see my thumbnail. You recognize the thumbnail, and I'm sure. And you can see my profile picture there as well. And so, yeah, Ralph Bakshi giving his official endorsement by putting my video on his website by saying, yeah, go ahead, man, show it. I'm glad people are watching it. People are actually watching this show that only got 6 episodes and kind of fell through the cracks for a lot of people. But I believe my video has over 100,000 views. A lot of people have watched it now, and he seems to be happy with it. So I don't know. I couldn't resist. I had to show it off. When I found this out, I was like, what? Is this real life? Like, I mean, it was cool that it never got any sort of, block or claim or whatever. And then he did do a mention on Twitter, and this was like years ago after it was first posted. He mentioned on Twitter that it was like, oh, there's Spicy City. If Spicy City is now on YouTube, and he actually posted my video on Twitter. And I thought, well, that's a pretty cool shout out. I don't know if it counts as a full on endorsement, but still a pretty cool shout out that he's like, hey, the show that like nobody remembers is on YouTube now. Well, now it's on his official website as the official place to watch it. So pretty cool. You guys are very much to thank for that, because if it weren't for all of you baconeers and baconettes actually checking out the video, whether you've watched it recently or if you're a moldy oldie baconeer that was here for the premiere, you have all contributed to the view count, to the likes, to the comments, to everything on the video that made it get the attention of the show's creator. Because, you know, there's other uploads. I'm not the only person that's ever uploaded this to YouTube. But thanks to you guys, this is a team effort. It's thanks to you guys that it got the attention, that it got the views and the engagement, you know, so that the algorithm picks it up, so that when Ralph found it, when he stumbled across it, it was my upload and not somebody else's. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much to the baconeers, especially the moldy oldie baconeers that have been here since the beginning, adding to the numbers, to the engagement. All of that stuff matters. Like, you guys, that's why I know it kind of sounds cliche to be like, hey guys, like up the stream, you know, make sure you're subscribed. You know, every YouTuber says it. It's kind of cliche, but it really does matter. Like, every little bit, you know, I love all of the super chats. You guys are insanely generous. But even if you just like up the video or like up the stream, I am eternally grateful for that as well, because you never know what it could lead to. I mean, here we have just from you guys engaging with the video, we got it on the official website of the creator, of the show's creator. The guy who made Spicy City has officially recognized it, promoted it. And if the Twitter post wasn't an endorsement, this certainly is. So yeah, I feel like we should do a rewatch party, which is kind of funny because it would actually be our third viewing. I had the original one that's embedded here on the webpage, and then we did a rewatch party. I think it was not this past October, like a few months ago, but the October before, so like a year and a few months ago. We did a rewatch party of Spicy City, and it might be time for another one. So Daryl Walick says, could we get Spicy City watch party with you and him reacting to it? Now, I don't know if he's like, I haven't tried actually like reaching out and being like, hey man, like, you know, come be a guest on the stream.
Thanks to Ralph Bakshi being so chill, your Spicy City video helped save the show from being another completely obscure lost media.
Exactly, Duo Maxwell, because that's where it was heading. It was very much heading into obscurity. I never heard anyone talk about it. And even though I'm not the only person that's uploaded, it's only like a couple, like 2 or 3 maybe other that I found anyway, that had uploaded it to YouTube, and they didn't have that many views. You know, they had like decent, but like not enough to where you could consider it something that like everybody remembers, like, oh yeah, you know. So it was kind of falling into obscurity, and could have become lost media if those other people, let's say they end up, you know, taking their channels down because they don't feel like doing YouTube anymore or whatever, then it wouldn't have been anywhere. I don't know. Maybe it's on Internet Archive now. I don't remember finding it back in the day, but we've got it now preserved on this channel, and with the blessing of the guy who made it, so it's not going anywhere. But yeah, Daryl, that would be cool to have him as a guest on the show. I don't know if he would do it, but it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. So I just wanted to kind of show that off. For one, you know, I feel pretty good about it, but also to shout out you guys, the Baconeers, the Bim Bams, the Flum Bums, because without you, that wouldn't have happened. You can upload a million different things, whatever. You're not guaranteed that the creators of the shows are ever going to see it. But it's thanks to you guys that he found it, and that he acknowledged it, put it on the website, and we now have the official blessing of the show's creator to have it on the channel, man. I don't know what else you could ask for. I mean, I'd say that's pretty cool. So thank you guys. Big shout out to the Baconeers. Shout out Ralph Bakshi for being cool, letting me have Spicy City on the channel and even promoting it on your website. Fucking awesome. So that's our nostalgia spotlight for this week. Like I said, it would be kind of a brief one, but a very cool one. I think it's pretty cool. So that is our nostalgia spotlight. Now for channel surfing coming up on Wednesday, I did make mention of this on this past Wednesday, Dream Girls of the 80s. I said, well, if we're doing Dream Girls of the 80s, then you might be able to figure out, just by predicting the pattern, you might be able to figure out what the next theme is going to be. And if you guessed total babes of the 90s, then you'd be right. So we had 80s Dream Girls, and now it's time for some total babes, total babage from the 90s, okay? You gotta make sure you use some 90s lingo while describing it. You can't just say, well, okay, Dream Girls of the 90s. No, that's more of an 80s thing. If we're going 90s, then there's total babage, all right? Gazongas, okay? We're going to have gazongas and chick in her cheeks. All right. All the total beebs from the 90s. So that's going to be our theme for this coming channel surfing. We had a really fun time. I was actually not expecting to laugh as much as I did. I just figured it'd be kind of like a waifu extravaganza, which it was. But you guys also managed to find funny clips of the waifus that you sent in. So I was laughing my ass off almost as much as the comedy theme that we did the week before. Like I was losing it, man. It was fucking awesome. It was hilarious. So I'm looking forward to this one. I think it'll be just as much fun. I know based on some of the comments when we did, especially when I announced it for the 80s girls, that a couple people were like, oh, well, I'm just a little bit out of that decade, didn't really grow up, or maybe I was like born at the tail end, so I'm more into the 90s and stuff. Well, here is your time to shine, okay? And even then I still, those same people like Prince of the Abyss, I know you were one that were saying I'm kind of late 80s, too young of a bacon bit. I started appreciating waifus in the 90s. And you still were able to find some good clips of 80s Dream Girls. Well, this is your home turf right here, okay? This is your home turf. It's 90s. I would say everybody, by this point, everybody, or at least the vast majority, according to the analytics for my channel, which says that we are like mostly middle-aged guys. I know I make a joke about the moldy oldie bacon ears for people that have been here for a while, but according to my analytics, we're all moldy.
Ever watch Night Fight on USA back in the late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah, I love Fright Night. And do you remember Up All Night as well? That was another one. I can't say it as good as she does, but yeah, man, there's some good stuff. But yeah, according to my YouTube analytics, we're all moldy oldie bacon ears. Okay, so I would say 90s is like home turf for everybody. You know what I mean? Like by that point, we should all be have been appreciating waifus at some point in that decade, and I'm sure that there'll be no shortage of clips that you guys want to send in. And I'm looking forward to seeing them, man, because I've got a couple of ideas. I don't know if I'm going to go as crazy as I did for the 80s one, because I don't have the excuse to play Sabrina Salerno again. Maybe if I find out she was still making music in the 90s, then I'm going to play more Sabrina Salerno. But, I do have a couple of ideas, but I'll keep my submissions brief just to make sure that I don't double up with anything you guys sent in, because yeah, I feel like this is, as I said, this is like everybody's home turf. We should have just an extravaganza of total 90s babage. All right. I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be thinking what you want to send in. I'm looking forward to it, and we will get to that. All right. Now it's time for everybody's favorite segment of the week. I hope you took my advice at the start of the show and you kept those Wrangle devices tuned up in tip-top condition, because it's time. We got to get these waifus wrangled and tangled. Get them in your stable, because it's time for the waifu roundup. So let's get into it, guys. Be sure to like up the stream for me if you're enjoying the madness so far and you're ready to wrangle some waifus up. Let's see what we're going to get. How many waifus do we get to wrangle? How much room do you need in your stable tonight? Let's find out here. Hit the music. Feel like Skeletor's getting summoned again. There's one. Let's go. That's two. It's still going. It's still going strong, man. Holy shit. 3, let's fucking go. The meter's not slowing down. 4, and it's not really slowing down. I think it might. Oh, it's slowing a little bit. That's 5. Oh, buddy. Okay, almost halfway. A little over a quarter of the way. Almost halfway there. Living on a prayer to waifu number 6. But we got 5 waifus to wrangle. That is nothing to sneeze at. That's a full stable. Your average stable holds 5 waifus unless you get some sort of add-on, waifu stable DLC, if you're doing some extension work and adding more room. The typical stable is 5, so that's kind of perfect. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, so let's check out the waifus that we're wrangling tonight. First of our 5 waifus we got right here. Now, this silhouette, I think, kind of gives it away if you know what you're looking at. You might be like, what the fuck is that? But if you know what you're looking at, then it should be a pretty big hint. All right, short-haired waifu. What's that sort of tube thing on her head? If you know what that is, then it should make sense. But this was from a show that we just watched this past week. There you go, Maloon. Maloon knows what it is. It's a snorkel. That's right. So who would be wearing snorkel or scuba gear? Think of a short-haired waifu that we just saw recently. Chester Stevens is getting us mesmerized. Let's go.
Lord, let us pay the pimp's prayer, protect the souls of these waifus, and keep my pimp hand strong, so that they might learn a waifu's place. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you, Chester Stevens. Oh, that was awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the big dono right there. Mesmermizing dono right there. Thank you so much. And I see that in the meantime, a lot of people in chat have actually guessed correctly. That's right. Angel from the Tiger Sharks. Dun, 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 dun. You got a tiger by the tail. Hold on, Tiger Sharks. Yeah, so we know she doesn't really need that snorkel, but it's a good look.
Magnificent.
Look at the size of that thing.
Let's get over to the promised land.
Let's go. Look at the size of that dono. It was so big, even Nico had to look over. That's my favorite part of that GIF. The second favorite, the rogue pose, obviously, is the best part. But my second favorite part is how even Nico has to look over at it. Of course, the Bim Bams are like, oh, magnificent. Look at that. But then even Nico's like, hold on, I gotta check this. I fucking love that. Holy shit, man. Thank you so much, Cheddar Swiss Coalition. Thank you, guys. So, yes, our first waifu from Tiger Sharks is Angel. We've seen a couple episodes of Tiger Sharks in the last 3 or 4 weeks because I was able to find some really good quality. Actually, it was courtesy of Rex Rude. Shout out Rex Rude 99. Hooked me up with some really good quality rips of a few episodes that I didn't already have. And I love the show. There's actually like a bunch of episodes, but they're really hard to find, especially in good quality. So anytime I come across a good quality copy, I am putting it in Saturday morning. You're like guaranteed. If you guys find a good copy of Tiger Sharks, send me whatever you got. Guaranteed it's going to show up in Saturday morning cartoons. So we've got Angel, who was kind of like the focus, really. She was kind of the focus of that episode. She got wrangled and tangled. The Wrangle critter. You guys remember that? I was talking about it before, where it doesn't mean the critter that's doing the wrangling for themselves, like a giant spider or something, but when the critter is actually used as the wrangle device. So in this case, it was an underwater eel, and the guy doing the wrangling tossed the eel at her, which then proceeded to wrangle her. That's a wrangle critter. And that's kind of like a new wrangle technique, and I hope we see more of it. I'm going to be looking out for it, in fact, going forward when I choose the episodes that are going to be in the Saturday morning lineups. I'm going to say, is there any wrangle critters in here? I want some more wrangle critters, all right? Taverns Bull says, float those babies. Oh, man, that used to be a super chat pop-up, and I think it's been replaced. Maybe I need to bring that one back from Fish Police, especially now. It's so appropriate for Tiger Sharks, But one thing I wish that we had the ability is
Turn around, let me see the back.
Unfortunately, that'll have to wait for another time. I'm going to have to request Master Krakken pull a Vinny for us. Turn her around, buddy. Turn her around. Let's go. All right, so that's waifu number 1, floating those babies. Let's go. Waifu number 2, which this one should be even more obvious. I figured I'd put Angel up there first because she'd be a little bit more difficult to guess. Because otherwise you'd be like, oh, okay, well, I know exactly who this is. Yeah, from the same show. From the same show, we get our green skin girls. Octavia, also from Tiger Sharks. That's right. Steve Z says Octopussy. Oh, clever, clever. You know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. James Bond reference. Pretty damn funny. Good one, Steve Z. I'll allow it. So yeah, we've got our green skin girl, Octavia from Tiger Sharks, in some sort of, I don't know, sci-fi bikini thing. This looks like an outfit that a waifu would be wearing when DC was doing the New 52. It's like New 52 Starfire. Do you guys remember that one? I mean, how could you forget? If you've ever seen it, it's probably burned into your brain like me. Like it's burned in my brain. But yeah, this is kind of like New 52 Octavia, but I'm not complaining. So green skin girls, green skin girls. Let's go. That's sensational. What's going on, man? Glad you can make it. I think I saw you in the chat earlier, so sorry for the late shout out, but glad you're here, buddy. Hopefully you're having a good time. So that is waifu number 2. Of course, these are both courtesy of Master Krakken. And I would say that the same applies to Octavia as it did to Angel.
Turn around, let me see the back.
Gonna have to put another order in for Master Krakken. Say, hey man, we need multiple angles, okay? We need like those like 3D images where you can drag the mouse and just rotate around. We need you to go super high tech on these. We need the full 360 view, okay? So we've got Octavia here from Tiger Sharks catching a tentacle by the tail. It looks like I'm still laughing at the Octopussy, man. That was good. That was clever. All right, that's waifu number 2. Waifu number 3. This one is also courtesy of Master Krakken, and this is where we get into what I have set up for you as the theme. So the rest of the waifus here in the lineup follow a bit of a theme here. And it's meant to be for Valentine's, but not what you might think. You might think, oh, okay, so are they wearing pink? Is it something to do with hearts? Flowers, chocolates? Like what's the Valentine thing? Well, you guys saw when we went through the Saturday morning preview, you guys saw multiple examples of how you can get your wrangling done, how you can wrangle for yourself a waifu for Valentine's Day. Some were good examples, some not so good, and a little bit in between. So if you followed through, and I'm talking all the way through, you didn't show up late to your date like Zane did, the Silver Ranger from Power Rangers in Space, and end up getting almost killed by a J-Law moment, then you would actually get your treat for Valentine's Day. So a lot of it is, you got to get the flowers, the candy, take them out, be on time, have a good wrangle technique, all of that, right? But it pays off. And I'm talking about RL waifus here, and some of you guys may be able to attest to this, that if you do all of what you're supposed to do for Valentine's Day, you get a reward. And usually it's something along the lines of your RL waifu dressing up in the Slave Leia bikini. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? You did everything right. You did all your Valentine's Day duties. That's right. You get some post-wrangle activities, and she might even dress up in the Slave Leia bikini. So with that in mind, I was thinking, all right, then these waifus, they got dressed up for Valentine's Day. These are basically your rewards here, that they got dressed up in a special outfit for Valentine's Day. That's your gift. So first up, I don't know if you guys will be able to guess this one. I'm going to have to give you a pretty big hint, because even with the hint, you might not remember her name. But think back to a couple of grindhouses ago. Don't go all the way back to Soul Taker, but right after Soul Taker with that insanely zooked out OVA series, the little spin-off of really the best character, the only character that really deserved to get a spin-off from Soul Taker, got it, talking about Komugi. Now, do you remember there was her kind of like her rival, kind of her arch nemesis, and not like in the modeling pursuit. So I'm not talking about what's her name, Megumi. I'm talking about the actual quote unquote villain, even though she never really did anything that villainous, but she was meant to be the villain. Do you guys remember her name? You probably don't. That's why I'm giving you like so many hints. Imputi, there you go. I will take it. Komugi's blue-haired friend. We'll take it. That's good. You don't have to remember her name, but you know exactly who it is. Komugi's blue-haired friend. That's right. Her name was Koyori. So we have Koyori, or we'll just call her Komugi's blue-haired friend. She was the maid. So Komugi's the magical nurse, and then Koyori was the magical maid. And for whatever reason, she had like raccoon ears, just because. I mean, why not, right? Why not? So we got her dressed up as Frosta. So even if the outfit doesn't quite fit, because Koyori was very well endowed, maybe even more so than Frosta, at least based on the way Krakken drew it. It seems like Frosta's outfit is a little small on her, but that's your Valentine's Day reward, okay? So you showed up on time, you had the flowers, the chocolates, you did the proper wrangling. So now, may not be a Slave Leia bikini, but it's a Frosta outfit that's a couple sizes too small. I will take it, okay? That's good enough for me and for Vinny.
Boobs!
Vinny approves too, okay? Vinny approves too. So Komugi's blue-haired friend, we're just going to call her that. Komugi's blue-haired friend from Nurse Witch Komugi, a nurse maid, or not nurse, sorry, magical maid Koyori. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. That's why I'm just going to call her Komugi's blue-haired friend as well. Dressed as Frosta, and that is waifu number 3 from Master Krakken. Now we get into waifu number 4, and this is the first one that we get from Oda Cat in the lineup here. And this is another waifu dressed up. You did everything right for Valentine's Day. Here's your reward. Now, you might be able to guess this one. There's not too much that gives it away who it is in the silhouette aside from the hair, but you would have to like really know the exact hairstyle to guess this one, because it's kind of similar to a few other waifus. But any guesses? Do you want to take a stab at it? Who do you think? Who do you think it is? Elongated E, that's waifu number 3. That's right. An Ava plug suit. Not a bad guess, Daharka88. That's especially with the little things on the hair there, not a bad guess at all. They're not, excuse me, they're not horns though. I will have to tell you that. They are not horns. They're not cat ears. It's a cybernetic element. It's a cybernetic element. So nope, not April, although she is a redhead. It's not April, but she is a redhead. And yeah, they're not horny. they're cybernetic implants. It's not a plug suit. In fact, it's less. Is she dressed as Lum? Oh, that's not a bad guess. Not a bad guess. Well, we'll go ahead and reveal it, because I don't know if anybody will be able to get this one. I'm seeing some good guesses. A lot of good guesses, but I don't know if anybody will be able to get this one. So we have Sheila from Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. We've got Sheila, oh, Sheila, dressed as Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. So there you go. I know it's kind of a little bit of an out there combination, but 2 top tier waifus from their respective shows. Some people are on Team Diana. Some people are on Team Sheila. You know me, redhead supremacy. So I'm on Team Sheila. And then in Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Rebecca is easily the top waifu. I don't think there's any debate. And if there is, I'm not going to hear it. It's Rebecca all the way. So we've got Sheila dressed as Rebecca. Again, this is your, Valentine reward. Dressed up here in the cyberpunk bikini thing, whatever this is. I don't know, with the painted on tattoos. Gonna make a mess. Those are gonna smudge. Those are going to smudge for sure, but it's looking good though. So we've got Sheila, oh Sheila, dressed as Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Very good. Courtesy of Otacat. Very good. Duo Maxwell says, I'm on Team Diana myself. I mean, really at the end of the day, it's both, right? It's team both. Both is good. Okay, it's team both. But, you know, if I have to pick, redhead supremacy. So there we go. Sheila as Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Don't worry, Taverns Pool. Those are painted on. He says I could go without the neck tat. Well, they're painted on, okay? Don't worry. She's only dressed up. They're not permanent tattoos, thankfully, because I agree. I'm not a big fan of tattoos on waifus. But it works. It works for the Rebecca character. And, you know, knowing that they're just painted on there for Sheila, it's like, all right, we'll allow it. We'll allow it. All right, next up, what are we on? Waifu number 5? Yeah, we're on waifu number 5. Oh, wow. And I think we might have another one after this. We're going to have to check back with the meter. And that'll be perfect because these next two kind of go together. You can probably already tell. Yeah, look at it. People are typing in all caps. It's obviously K. It's obviously K. We already know. Favorite girl of Dirty Pair, best girl of Dirty Pair, and she's dressed as another best girl. Okay, so think about it, if it was like, all right, we did the proper wrangling technique, we took her out to a nice dinner, now I get post wrangle activity, she's gonna dress up as a top tier, as a best girl, you know, top tier waifu. Who do you think it would be? Rogue, that's a good guess. Very good guess, especially with the headband there. Very good guess, but it's a fellow redhead. Okay, she's dressed as a fellow redhead, but the waifu is right up there with Rogue. If you guys know my stable, then you know who my top 2 waifus are. So if it's not Rogue, you should know who the other one is. There you go, Gabriel Villegas. Gabriel Villegas, let's go. That's right. We've got Kay dressed as Starfire, almost experiencing a K's out. We almost got a KO. My goodness, this is kind of like blue-haired Kamugi friend. What was it? Kamugi's blue-haired friend as Frosta. K as Starfire. Maybe the outfit shrunk in the wash. Maybe Starfire is a lot smaller than K. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's just not fitting quite right, or maybe it is. Maybe it's fitting just right. You know what I mean? So we've got K as Starfire, which means, let me check. Hold on. Let me check right now. The meter, I think we filled up the rest of that one. We're about to find out. Let's see where we're at. Here. Let's go. Barely. Technically, it's like a little bit shy, but I'm not even going to pull you guys into Sliver Country. You guys have been insanely generous. I'm not even going to do the whole Sliver Country thing. I'm just going to say we filled it. We filled the meter. I'm not worrying about Sliver Country tonight, because if we got K as Starfire, then who would this be? Who should this be? If K is Starfire, then who should this be? That's right. It is Yuri as Raven. There you go. You guys didn't take long at all to figure that out, which I knew you'd get it. If K is Starfire, you guys already know. So that's right. We get Yuri as Raven. Let's fucking go. And again, man, it's kind of a running theme here. These outfits, I thought maybe they were going to like Party City, maybe one of those costume websites, like going on Amazon or something. No, apparently they just took the costumes right from the waifus because they don't fit. You know, these costumes are tailor-made to fit exactly the waifus that own them, right? Well, so when they're going around just stealing the outfits from other waifus, they're not going to fit exactly right. Or maybe, depending on how you look at it, they're going to fit even better. So as we had K as Starfire, we've got Yuri as Raven. Let's fucking go. Well, that's sensational. Not on this stream. I could tell you where they are. I could tell you where they aren't. I could tell you where they are, but then I'd have to J-law you. No. They're around. I'll tell you that. They're around. They're somewhere. They're somewhere, man. They're around. But yes. Yeah, so but no, thank you guys for the massive support tonight. 6 waifus wrangled. We got Yuri as Raven. We got Kay as Starfire. Excellent. I feel like these should be the official way that the costumes fit. You know, even when they give them back to Starfire and Raven, that's how they should fit them too. And then we've got Sheila as Rebecca. We've got Kamugi's blue-haired friend as Frosta. Octavia.
Green skin girls!
Our green skin girl. And then last but certainly not least, we've got Angel, both Octavia and Angel from Tiger Sharks. The only ones not really dressed in a costume, but it's because we just saw Tiger Sharks. They were very relevant, so I wanted to make sure we got them in the lineup tonight. So thank you guys so much for the support, man. Massive support from the Baconeers. Maloon, I once again tip my fedora to you, Maloon, for being stream boss here with 269 hit points on your health bar. You've earned yourself 2 waifu pinups. And once again, as well, Chester Stevens and Wiss, aka the Cheddar Swiss Coalition, you guys fought very well. It was a well-fought battle tonight, and you guys deserve a pinup as well. So, because just when it's that much, when it's like massive support like that, I can't not give you a pinup. You know what I mean? So, Stream Boss, you get 2. Cheddar Swiss Coalition, you guys put your heads together and decide which waifu you guys would like and let me know. And we will get the artist started on that to be revealed in a future Sterner Stuff stream. So thank you guys so much again. Everybody who sent in super chats tonight, you are all insanely generous. Pizza rolls raining for everybody, okay? Pizza rolls raining for everybody. You guys are fucking awesome. And thank you to everybody who's been here, each and every one of you. I appreciate you spending your time here with the Bim Bams, the Flum Bums, the Baconeers, otherwise known as the best community on YouTube, because your time is valuable. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Be sure to like up the stream if you enjoyed the madness tonight. We've got a little bit more to go when it comes to the madness tonight, especially in the realm of jank. In the nether realm, outworld, earth realm, because we're going to be watching some Mortal Kombat Conquest in the OBTV Discord. That'll be coming up at midnight tonight, which is a little over 30 minutes. Not quite 45 minutes, but a little more than 30 minutes, somewhere in there. We'll be firing up a few more episodes of Mortal Kombat Conquest, which is an absolute jank fest. In all of the best ways. I fucking love that show, unironically. It's so much fun. We get new memes literally every episode. Like, I keep my video editor open while we're watching Mortal Kombat Conquest, because there's always at least one meme-worthy clip in every episode, and I have to extract it real quick so that we can start spamming the chat with things like Zero crumpling his paper and saying, "That's it." So it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So hopefully you guys will stick around for that in the Discord server if you're not feeling too tired, if you want to stay up just a little bit later. I know we got to get up early for Saturday morning cartoons, but it's worth it. It's worth it to stay up just a little bit late for all the jank in Mortal Kombat Conquest. If I don't see you there, though, hopefully I will see you tomorrow morning for the cartoons and for the Anime Grindhouse tomorrow night on Bacon Bits. So you guys have a great rest of your night in case I don't see you. And if I don't see you at the cartoons or the Grindhouse, have a great rest of your weekend. You all have been awesome. I want you to stay awesome, stay based. God bless you all. Let me leave you now with a moment of Zook.
Shredder is in the house. Find him over the barricade. He's a radical rat. Yeah, you're not the leads. Go to sleep, bitch. Go to sleep.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves.
That world's most fearsome fighting team. We're really hip. They're heroes in a half shell and they're green. Hey, get a grip when the evil
All right, guys, that's the show tonight. Y'all have a good one. Until next time, remember.
Until all is one.
Yes, until all is one.
Thank you for visiting me. It's been real.
Tomorrow.
Goodbye, Nega Ninjas.